How's it going, guys? Jesse here, and today we're going to be talking about the Okumura Palace in Persona 5 Royal. Now let's get to the review, and first things first, Morgana and Ryuji are fighting, and this part was never enjoyable. The community doesn't like it, I don't like it, it's pointless, and yeah, so Morgana storms off, a girl named Haru finds Morgana, and she somehow gets into the palace with Morgana trying to fight Okumura. Now, the reason why we're targeting Okumura is because he is abusing his co-workers while in a company called the Big Bang Burger. And that's the main reason why that we're targeting his palace. He's abusive and other shady stuff, as well as he might be one of the reasons for the mental shutdowns that are in Shibuya, so we want to take him down. Morgana, the reason why he stormed off is because Ryuji was calling him useless and whatnot, and Morgana wants to prove him wrong, and basically the entire group that he's not useless. And he doesn't prove anything. He literally gets beat down by a bunch of robots. And yeah, that's basically what happens. Haru somehow gets to the palace. I don't think they ever explained it. It's kind of weird. And Morgana doesn't come back home, so we all get worried. So we all go to the Okumura company and put in his information to get into the palace. Next thing you know, we see a person with a black mask. Now, if you don't remember from the Madarame's palace, we were looking for a culprit who's been causing the mental shutdowns with a black mask. But then we realized that it was just Haru. Haru is not the culprit, or so we think. We don't know. And yeah, apparently she's called the beauty thief, according to Morgana. She goes along with it. And we all have to retreat and get out of the palace. Then we start chasing down Morgana to try to apologize to him and whatnot. But Ryuji says some stupid shit and gets Morgana pissed off again. And we're trying to, fighting him in the mementos this time instead of the palace. And they get out of the mementos after a few attempts of trying to, reason with him. And next thing you know, Morgana and Haru are outside of mementos. And some guy who claims to be Haru's fiance, kind of sexually assaults Haru and whatnot. He's very predatory, and he kicks Morgana into a wall when he tries to defend Haru and whatnot. And we all come in seeing this and say, hey, step off and whatnot. And we didn't believe for this guy to be the fiance of Haru, but it's true. She actually does marry this guy because of her father and whatnot. So then we all come together. We brought Haru into our group, but Morgana says that Haru didn't fully awaken to her persona. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how you don't fully do that. That was never explained either. How do you just not awaken to your persona fully? But then we get into the palace. We fight Haru's fiance. It's a cognitive version of him. And she fully awakens to her persona this time.
No! Haru's persona won't stand a chance against that! Don't worry! She hadn't awakened to her real power, that's all!
How dare you?
I see you finally made up your mind, my dear fated princess. Freedom for you must stem from betrayal. If you still yearn for it now, then you must not err. Now tell me, who shall you betray?
My heart has been set. You should know.
Yes, that gaze! I can finally display my true strength! I am thou art I! Let us adorn your departure into freedom with a beautiful betrayal!
Jeez!
Farewell, dear father. I am no longer your subservient puppet!
Then so be it. You're worthless. Deal with them how you wish.
You poor thing. I'll toy with you until you break.
I don't expect you to come to reason at all.
Uh-huh. We should have just told you this from the start, asshat!
We are the Phantom Thieves, here to take your bride!
Now, I would love to use Haru. She's not that strong. It's only in this palace specifically where she's like at her strongest. I realized this a little bit too late when doing this palace and whatnot, so I started to use her when I got the chance to. I didn't really like using Makoto, Ryuji, and Yusuke at the time and whatnot. So then, we looked through the whole palace, we found Okumura, and we started to fight him. And this boss fight, I'll talk about it when I'm done with the story. It's annoying a little bit. But yeah, we defeat him, and we leave the palace. But something different happens. A man comes in, all in black, and shoots Okumura dead. This is a little bit different than how we would originally, stop this person from being evil, changing his heart. This person shoots Okumura, and his shadow version dies. So as we leave the palace, a few days goes by, and Okumura is doing a whole meeting where he tries to confess to all of his sins, and even says that he abused his colleagues, his co-workers and whatnot, and he finally decides to speak on the mental shutdowns and who's been doing it. But before he can do that, he starts to shut down.
Okumura-san?
And black ink or goo, blood, whatever it is, starts to spew out of his body, and it's been confirmed that Okumura has died. Now, if you don't remember from the Kamoshida Palace, An almost killed Kamoshida due to her anger, but she doesn't. Now, this is what would have happened if you did kill a shadow that you're trying to change their heart. They will actually shut down and die. Now, reckon they said that he was in bad health and he could have, that's why he probably died, but no, that's not the case. That's the mental shutdown doing its thing. And yeah, that's the whole story of Okumura's palace. Now, they did change this palace a bit. It's not as annoying as it used to be. And trust me, you do not want to play the vanilla version of this palace. It's actually really bad in my opinion. One of the worst palaces in that game. But in Royal, it's not as bad as it used to be. It's not annoying. There's not so many robots that makes you want to bash my head in and whatnot. It's actually enjoyable to a certain degree. And it makes it more adventurous with a certain rules you need to look for. But the final boss fight is really annoying. I still don't like the Okumura boss fight. The main reason is you have to destroy these robots as fast as possible. If you don't, then either the robots are going to run away and he will spawn in more robots, or you're going to waste the 30-minute timer that you have and you will get blown up, and that's not good. So you're on a timer. If you don't finish this fast, then you're going to die. Or if you don't fight effectively, then you're going to die by the robots. And these robots, they're annoying because they're strong against a lot of attacks, except for specific ones like wind or psychokinesis and whatnot. So fighting them, you need specific characters to be with you, or even you need certain types of items in order for the fight to work. And the first try I did this, I lost because I didn't, I wasn't thinking good enough. I forgot to use my items that I had in my inventory. So this time when I actually decided to use the items I beat on my second try. At first, I thought I would have to use Morgana in this palace. Thank God I didn't. Morgana is not that good in Persona. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, he's just not that good. There are so many other characters that are way better. Hell, On is way better in my opinion. So when I finally got to use, the characters to their full potential, as well as using the items that I had, it felt a lot more better and not as annoying as it was in the first bottom. Like I was literally getting frustrated finding Okumura, and I'm pretty sure it took me a few tries in the vanilla version, and it only took me 2 tries to beat him in Royal. I wish that they just didn't do the whole system of, what's it called, spawning in a bunch of robots when you couldn't beat them fast enough when they run away. And it was these 4 specific blue ones that were really annoying that I didn't like, and they were weak to wind. And I just wish they didn't do the whole system. Another thing that they did was the sacrifice order, where they will blow up because of Akuma's order of doing so. So they'll blow up and they do tons of damage to your team. And if you're not guarding or even, killing them fast enough, then you're gonna die. A new thing that they did, which I think is pretty interesting, and it adds something new to the fight. There's a Haru version, like a shadow version of Haru in this boss fight, and Okumura, being an asshole, commands Haru to go against us, and says that, die for his company and whatnot. And we kill her, and that's it. He doesn't have anyone else to fight. It literally takes one attack and he dies immediately. He's not that strong of a character. We just fight his minions. And that's the whole boss fight. Granted, sure, it's easy, but I just don't like this boss fight because of how annoying it is. It's still really annoying to fight Okumura because of the mechanic that they have in this boss fight, which is the robots running away, and then that same robot that ran away comes back with full health, and that's annoying. I don't like that system. I thought if they just run away, that's it. They shouldn't come back, and then the new robots comes in. And yeah, I do like the arc, but I don't like the enemies in this palace. It's dumb. I don't like fighting the robots. The boss fights, I hope, get better. In Royal, something new happens, but I can't say because I'm not 100% sure what's going on in Royal. Something new completely happens. But yeah, I don't know what patch we're going to be doing now, I'll be honest. We're supposed to be doing a specific one, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. And yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel if you guys want. I do enjoy making these kind of videos, even if my mic sounds like absolute shit. But stuff happens, so we're gonna have to fight through this mic and whatnot. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.